Let me tell you about bots. No, but seriously, I'm really excited about this workshop that we're going to be hosting today. It's called Telegram Bots 101, hosted by Sjoerd de Boer from InTraffic. Now, we all know and love Telegram as a fun chat app. However, if you add an extension, you can use Telegram anytime and anywhere. In this 1 hour workshop, you're going to learn the basics, but you're also going to know how to open a can of worms, which is Telegram bots. So without further ado, I'm going to send you over to Sjoerd.
Thanks for the introduction. My name is Sjoerd de Boer, and I'm here to tell you something about Telegram bots. And not hopefully just tell you, but I will show you some things, and hopefully I'll get you interested and enthusiastic about bots, and perhaps you're going to do some building of your own. Before I dive into the details, I want to thank InTraffic and Hackatrain for giving me this opportunity. Now, what is Telegram? Before we dive into the world of bots, we need to know a bit more about the platform itself. I think it's safe to say that we all use a chat app in one way or another, and we all love or hate it some way. More than a few chat apps have the ability to hire bots. Telegram was one of the first and is still the one most outspoken about it. So, as you can see, I could have chosen from a lot of different kind of chat apps, but in my opinion, Telegram combines the best of all the different chat apps into one. One of the best things about Telegram is that you don't need to have your phone number visible for the outside world. You can just use your alias, which is also your address. And at this point, I can point to the upper corner there, where you can see my own contact information. If you want to contact me, it's just t.me/Sjoerd, and hey, there I am. And one of the other best things is that most of it is open source. I'm an open source advocate, and I'm really happy about the fact that the complete client of Telegram is open source, but also, and that's of course important to us, the bot API is completely open source and open documented, and well, they're all happy about it, and they're really actively promoting people to use the bot system. Well, I'm of course not a Telegram salesman, so I will point some of the more, well, not so happy things. I told you it is a bit about privacy, because you don't need your phone number visible. But on the other hand, the complete Telegram network is in the cloud. Telegram is multi-platform. You can have your Telegram client on any platform you like. You can even build your own. But it does mean, in order to transfer the messages from one client to another client, it needs to be in the cloud. So if I type something on my Macintosh at home, it will also be available on my Android, and it comes all to the cloud. So the messages are not on my system, but are in the cloud, which is, well, as a privacy advocate, it's not that best. But okay, the Telegram chooses, of course, chose for user-friendly above privacy, and I think they made a good choice about it. All right, enough about the platform. We're here for the bots, so let's talk about the bots. A bot can do anything you can do, ranging from making a simple conversation to doing a financial transaction. So that's quite important. But a bot has a few downsides, because a bot is not actively listening to you. So before you start conversation to a bot, you need to have the bot's attention. So any conversation you have with a bot will start with an @ sign, which is of course important. And once the bot also needs to know if you just want to make a conversation, or you want to give him commands. So there's a big difference there. So any command you will give to a bot will start with a /. And there's also, well, it's a really cool innovation introduced also by Telegram. It's called the inline commands. If you talk to a normal person, the normal person will wait for your sentence to finish before he knows what to do. The bot is really smart in this, because the bot can act on your command while you're typing it, which is really cool. We'll have an example of that in a few moments. So, is it all rainbow and sunshine? Well, no. It's mostly rainbow and sunshine. Because it's so easy to create a Telegram bot. There are millions of them, millions. Really, it's really, well, I can't express how much there is. Believe me, there is, and most of them are created just because I can. So most bots will have the functionality of an ant. It doesn't do anything. So that's of course difficult. And what also really annoying is because the username for the bot has to be unique. And a lot of people already used one of the usernames, so it's really hard to make a username which is which captures what you want and still means something. The usernames for the bots that are inactive will eventually, I think after 2 years, will drop out and get back to being free. I already told you a few sentences ago that the bot can also do a financial transaction. They've incorporated this about 2 years ago, and since the bot can now make a financial transaction, the bot system is also being interested for commercial organizations. So in the last year, the number of commercial bots actually skyrocketed. And for instance, there's this one bot which uses the spiders to crawl on the internet and find information about a certain object. You can hire the bot to do work for you, which is of course kind of cool. You can build it yourself, but if you don't want to build it, there's a bot for you. Just pay a few cents about it, and that's about it. So enough about the theory. Let's go to some bot action, because of course that's what we're here for. I've compiled a short list of possible bots that are on the internet. Well, there are a lot, so it's not a complete list, of course, but I think the ones you see here really give a good overview of what is possible in the bot world. Of course, we have the functional bots, we have funny bots, we have not really safe for work bots, so there are a lot of them. I told in the previous slide a bit about the inline commands. The @gif bot is really invested into the inline stuff. So let me show you a little bit about the @gif bot, live. So let me kick to a browser. Before I switch to a browser, the information you see on the right, I told you it's also my contact information, but below that one is also a group I created for the Hackatrain. And within that group, I'm going to show you how the @gif bot works. So let me kick off a browser. t.me/Hackatrain. That's the one. Of course, it'll have to open to Telegram. So there's Telegram, and it's opened in the Hackatrain group, which is really nice. And of course, I was going to show you something about the @gif bot. I told you that if you want to talk to a bot, you have to say its name. So let's first say its name, @gif. And @gif is an engine to search for pictures. So it already comes with a list. Well, perhaps this is the pictures you want to search. Well, no, @gif, I want to search a specific picture, specific context. So I'm typing in test, and it'll show me a list of the pictures he thinks are connected to test. But since it's an inline command, it's still listening to me. Perhaps you want to say more. Well, I do want to say more. I'm going to do testing. And as you see, as soon as I typed it, it changes the pictures on the screen which he thinks are connected to testing. And this goes on and on. Even if I extend the sentence more and more and more, well, you see now, this is now testing the water, and you see a cat of testing the water. So it's kind of funny. And actually how this bot works is, and you can see that if I remove the command, because what the GIF said is I'm searching for GIFs on Tenor. So if I move to the Tenor website, Tenor, and if I repeat the same keywords in here, like in testing the water, it should give me the same results. Yeah, here you go. You see the same kitty testing the water. So, well, this is really cool. And you can do this too, because this bot is so old. It uses such a basic system. It's so simple. So, well, you can make this one. Please do. All right. Okay, back to Telegram. This one. I was testing the water. Oh, testing the water. And the rest of the bot is of course fairly simple. And even you can make this. If I click on a picture, the picture will of course be visible in the chat. Well, that's about the basic it is. And again, you can make this one. This is so simple. Okay, back to a little bit of the presentation. This one, yay! Because you've now seen a bit about the bot. I've told you a bit about Telegram, so now it's time to make our own bot, because that's what we're here for, of course. Anything you want to do with bots, like creating, deleting, changing, goes via the bot fodder. And I think the bot fodder is also descriptive in how Telegram thinks about humor, because the bot fodder is of course linked to the God fodder. It even uses the same logo, which is kind of funny. So let me start by going to the bot fodder. Oh yeah, even you can see here, the bot fodder has its own address. It doesn't have a phone number, but you can still contact them, like you saw my contact information. But I can also, of course, switch to the bot fodder just from the Telegram client itself. Now, if I go for the bot fodder, it immediately knows, oh, perhaps this one you use. And if you look at the list, you see a few of the bots have a blue check mark. You know this system from platforms like Twitter and Facebook and well, any other platform. The blue check marks means it's a verified account. Within Telegram, that's a bit further than just verified on this platform. If I verify an account, which is only possible for a bot system or a group, it means I have to prove I'm existing on Twitter, on Facebook, on Telegram, and all of them have to be in control to get verified on Telegram. So if you see an account on Telegram with a checkmark on it, you can be sure that the bot is who he says he is, which is kind of funny. All right, I'm going to talk to the bot fodder. There are not many rules for owning a bot. There are a few unwritten rules. And one of the unwritten rules is that any bot has to have a help system. Because, well, how else are you going to know what you can do with the bot? So the help command, well, almost every bot will have one. Well, as you can see, these are the help commands for the bot fodder. And one of the cool things about the text Telegram pushes is you can use inline links to other stuff in Telegram. So anything blue you can see here is of course clickable. And also, if you see the blue stuff, it all is the first character is also the slash. So these are all commands. Well, since I'm going to create a new bot, the new bot command might be the one we have to click. Yay! Yeah. Telegram is okay with this, and it says, okay, how are you going to use your how are you going to name your bot? There are two names you have to give your bot. It's a descriptive name and a username. Now the descriptive name can be, well, really just about anything. The username has to be unique. So I'm gonna, the descriptive name is gonna be something simple. And this is of course okay. Actually, there are there's some logic behind this. You can't use swear words. Well, makes sense, I think. Now it wants me to have the username. And in order to distinguish a normal user from a bot user, the rule is you have to include bot in the last piece of the bot name. So if I use just a normal word, it will tell you no, that's not good for you. You have to include bot as an extension. And I'm quite sure this one will be taken. This is one of the downsides, of course, of Telegram, because we have so many bots, so many usernames are taken. So let me try something else. Hackatrain won't be that popular this year yet. It will be in a few moments, I hope. Hoppa. Hackatrain is busy. Too bad. Hackatrain 2020. Hackatrain 2020 bot. Yay, we got one. So we now have our Hackatrain bots active. Actually, it's been defined. It's there. It's reachable. And well, the only thing we need now is to have to make a few tweaks in order to use it. And we can use it also from inside the bot fodder chat. Because if I now go to my bots. Well, there he is, the Hackatrain bot. We just made this one. Yay! There are a few things you need to know in order to be able to use the bot. One of the most important things is, of course, the API token. The API token is your bot. So if anyone knows this token, he can act as this bot. So don't worry, I'm gonna renew this after this presentation, because I don't want you using my bot. It's my bot, not your bot. The bot name, the bot API consists of always of two parts. It's the first part before the double points, which is an encryption of the bot user, the ID of the bot, and the rest is the encrypted encrypted password. Now there are a few things we need to tweak. I want to be able to talk to this bot inside a group, just inside a group chat, and normally that's switched on, but I always check. So it says here groups are currently enabled, so it means I can invite this bot into a group. Great. Yay, that's a good thing. If you switch this one off, you can only talk to the bot in a one-on-one session and not in a group, and this is what we want. So I'm going to keep this two enabled. Now there's also a thing called group privacy. And group privacy, normally if you enter in a group as a bot, you won't see the messages. You will only see the commands given to you. So if you want to make a bot that interacts with you while in the chat, so for instance, if somebody says hello, your bot can say hello back or something. It needs to be able to read those messages, and that's the privacy mode. Usually it's enabled, so the bot can only see the stuff directed at him. If you turn this off, it'll be able to read all the messages. So be careful with this one. All right, and we also discussed the inline mode. The inline mode is really heavy on resources, not only on your client, but of course also in on the bot system. So default it's disabled. If you're going to use it, well, of course use with care, because well, you see how it works. But you can do really cool stuff in it, like you saw with the @GIF system. There's one thing you need to know more about the inline mode. As you saw with the @GIF, it has a line of text after the command, so it'll give you a hint about what kind of command he expects. You can set this text to to what you want actually. And so if I switched on the inline mode, it'll give me the option to make an inline placeholder. Now the inline placeholder is what you just saw at the @GIF stuff. Well, you can play with what you want. Cool stuff. All right, back to the presentation. Oh, of course, we did this one. Because we now, let me go to the big screen. Yay. For a few seconds. We told you about the bot system, we told you about the Telegram system, I told you a little bit about the settings about the system. So I think we are ready to actually have our first code for this, which is of course really cool. Because that's what we're here for, and we're techies and we like code. At least I do. So these are the stuff that I'm going to do. I'm going to invite the bot into the Hackatrain. I'm going to use some example code. Of course, I'm going to change the API key because you can't use mine. And I'm going to do an execute. Actually, I'm not going to do the compile because I'm going to use PowerShell. And PowerShell doesn't need compiling. So first, we're going to go to the Hackatrain. Well, as you can see, there are only two members. That's me, and the other one is a bot I already created. But if I want to add a user, Hackatrain 2020. Oh, there's one. This one we just created, so I'm going to add this one. All right, now I'm added into the group, which is a cool thing. So now if I'm gonna look at the code, if you see at the top of this chat, this one, it's a pinned message. There's a link to the repository, which contains all the demo code. And here we have a demo code. I created a few of the Hello World examples, and as you can see, I've got a C++ program, a Perl program, a PowerShell program, a Python program, a Bash program. This is, of course, one of the best things of the Telegram bots. You can use, well, literally any language you want, because the communication between the bot and the server is HTTPS. It's an endpoint. It's nothing special. The cool thing for some languages, like Perl, they made a wrapper around it. So in order, you don't need to construct an unreadable HTTPS line, but you can just use the wrapper made for it in Perl, which is, well, of course, really cool. Now, I'm going to do the Hello World from PowerShell, because, well, I'm on a Windows system and Windows says PowerShell. Well, here you see the code here. Let's go a little bit bigger. This is the code. This is nothing more. It's super simple. Of course, the token we have just created. So, well, this one used there. The chat ID is the group ID. Now, normally you don't know this one because, well, you're just in a group. Let me tell you a little bit about it later. And of course, I have a message, and I have and I'm going to do a response. And there you see the HTTP command, which is going to be used. And well, in order to get the group ID, well, you could use this one, but well, this right there. So I'm going to show you how to get this one real life. The group ID is sent in the communication within a chat. So anything I do here, all the users get. Well, I added the Hackatrain bot. So the Hackatrain bot now has a message in the system from, hey Hackatrain bot, you're in this group, welcome. It's also nice to know, well, good to notice that messages to the bot system only live for about 24 hours. So you have to pick this one up within 24 hours, which is, of course, well, makes sense because I told you there are a lot of inactive bots, and if the message to bots would be online forever, then the message system would be, well, full within minutes. Oh, let me, this one, oh. This is the API talking to the bots. I'm going to copy this one. I'm not going to use the message, I'm using a different method, which is called get updates. Now I need to fill in this one, and this is of course the bot API of the bot API from the bot I created earlier. So if we go to the bot folder, back to the settings, and go for back to the bots, the API token. This was this one. So we're going to pick up this one, copy the text, and place it in here. Oh. Place this one in here. Place this one in here. Somehow. Plug on. So this is about one. This is my URI, and don't want this one. Oh, so this is what I'm going to send. It's going to do a get updates. There he is. I was expecting now to see the update for my group. Somehow that went wrong. I don't know what's wrong here, so let me try a different app, a different bot. Because I have a different bot setup, of course. This one. The API token, this is the API token. I told you the API token is actually the ID of your bot. So just by switching the API token, I am a different bot, which is, well, weird, but kind of cool. It means you can have your bot, your test bot set up and test anything you want. And if you move to a production system, you just have to switch the API key. Well, this is a better one. Anything you get back from the from a Telegram server will be in JSON format. So this is of course JSON format, and what we're looking for is the chat for the Hackatrain. I'm going to run through this a little bit so you see a little bit more. all the IDs have an update ID. I told you the messages will stay online for 24 hours. So you need to know which ID you have read and which one you haven't read, because otherwise you always start with the old messages. So if you start getting updates, you have to tell to the Telegram bot, well, I'm going to get updates, but from this point. And it then tells me, hey, I got an update for you from this user. This is my user ID, and this is the user, and this is his name. Well, makes sense, of course. But it also tells me that this is the chat ID, and the chat ID, well, if you see this number, actually matches the chat ID number. So in order to get the chat ID, you have to be in the group. Somebody has to say something in the group, and then you'll get your chat ID. So this means I have my chat ID now. Now if I use a token again, and I want to use this one, the API token. This one, copy, PowerShell. I think I had one set up earlier. Yeah, there's one. Hello, PS1. Well, this is the code, of course. I've included my token, so this is actually, well, it's good to go. Hello. Oh, and you can see my Telegram icon ringing because, well, I got a message. Yay! In the Hackatrain, and it is indeed hello from PowerShell. And I can really prove it's me because if I change this message. And execute again. Hello from the Hackatrain. Our first bot is alive. Yay! Score. Time for champagne. Yay! This is really cool. And this is the fun thing is this is so fucking simple. And remember that the Telegram is multi-platform. So any device I have, I can hook onto Telegram. Of course, I got my phone, I got my laptop, at home I got a few Androids. Anything you can use can hook up to Telegram. And it's so easy multi-platform. You can even use it on the old VMS system. There's even you can even build a client on an OS 390. So it's really cool. And the message now in this group is sent to all my devices, which is really cool. Of course, well, I am a salesman for Telegram. I admit. Sorry. There's all the Telegram clients have a safe message system. If I'm going to send a file from my laptop to another laptop, well, I can use an USB disk or have network cables, difficult stuff. I can just send it to my Telegram chat, and then move to my different device, open up Telegram, and there my file is. This is really cool. Well, that's a sidestep. Sorry. But it's really cool. All right, let's see what the assignment said. We invited our bot into the Telegram group. We copied the example code. We added and changed the API key, and we executed. And then our bot was live. So our first assignment, done. Welcome. I told you I'm going to do a few examples. A few is always two, so I'm going to get another example. And this is also really a simple one. I'm going to use a different method. And let the bot say his name in the group, because well, we now saw the bot saying a static text, and of course I needed a little bit more variable. And I'm also going to show you a little bit about how to format your text inside the messages, because well, I'm going to show you that in the client. If I type some text, I type some text, Spanish. I have a formatting issue, so if I select a bit of a text, I have a few issues I can do with the text. And as the client can do it, so I can do it manually, the bot is able to do this too. The bot has two systems for it. It's a HTML markup language, but really basic. So I can do a strong and a bold, but well, not too much. And it also has its own markup language. So you can do quite fancy stuff with this one. But this is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another one. So I'm going to use the get method, and I'm going to use the parsing mode with a little bit of an HTML presentation. I'm going to use the get method to have the bot say actually know its name and then say it in group. And I'm going to use the parse mode to make my username something a little bit more active, nice to see. And the previous example was into PowerShell. I'm a big fan of Linux and Perl, so this one I'm going to do in Perl. Yay! I've got one set up already. Yay! This is the Perl coder. Perl, as you saw with the PowerShell, I was just pushing to an endpoint. Perl has its own wrapper around it, and it's called the bot API. The good thing about having a wrapper around it is that you don't need to think about how to construct the HTML, and it will take care of all the dashes and the quotes and the double quotes and all the stuff. So it comes in handy sometimes. All right, now I told you I was going to use the method called getMe. Yeah, the getMe method. And I know some of you people will complain, hey, you're doing 2 calls. It can be in one. Yes, I know, but for the sake of clarity, I did it in 2 calls. Because of course, when I get the result back from the getMe, both fields will be in there, because it's a user object, and in the user object. In the end, I'll show you the documentation, so don't worry about it. I think it looks better. And of course, then I'm going to send the message. But I'm going to send a message saying, hello world from space should work. All right, let's do this one. I've got a message. Yay. Hey, it works. Hello world from the in-traffic bot. Yay, score. So that's a good thing. Now, let's go back to the program again. This is how how most wrappers want to see it. So you have your command, the send message, and then comes the optional and the non-optional commands. Now, if I look at the commands, which is also the link to the command system is in my link message. More info here, and a documentation for the API. This is the API. Also, all your documentation is on your screen in the available methods. Well, these are all the available methods, and it's also good to have the recent change in mind because, well, as you can see, the bot is still actively in development. Well, I did the available methods. I said I'm going to send a message, which is of course not top because it's one of the most ones. This is the construct for the send message. As you saw in the program, I already had the chat ID and the test, but now I want to do some formatting. Well, in the formatting, I have to include a parse mode, and there's more about the formatting option later there, even a little bit about the parsing mode. So I'm going to include the parse mode in my program, which is actually fairly simple. Parse mode equals equals now Windows HTML. So now it knows I'm gonna post something in HTML commands, and it's not full HTML. It's a little HTML because it only can see this ones. You can see here. So it's bold and So we now did the get method. You saw the two calls to the get method. So you know the username and the descriptive user, and I set it into the system, into the chat. I already included the parse mode command, so it knows it's going to expect some HTML. But it of course has to be HTML in the command then also. So let me say, well, this one in bold. And if I do this one again, then it won't work. And it's not. So now the world will be big again. It's a good thing. And there's one other thing we said in the assignment. In the assignment, and we said it has to be without any notification. Because the beeps you hear every time, well, of course, you don't want to have a beep in the middle of the night. So the bot also can do without beep, which is a good thing. Let me get to the... Oh, here's one. So it also has to be the disable notification. So if I don't want to send out the beep message, which can wake you up, I can include that one with the disable notification. So it also is an optional value. And it's going to be switched on. So this one will be sent without notification. So I will still have my visual notification, because that's of course not a problem when I'm in bed, but it will be sent without a noise. And it's still here, of course. So now you've seen a few of the things, the most easy things you can do with Telegram. And the one thing I use the most for is actually in here. This is the group I use with a lot of spiders over the internet, and a lot of spiders look for any message about traffic. And in the end, it'll post via a Telegram bot the message into a different group, which is the most easy thing to make. And I'm going to show you the code because it's so easy. Yeah. The feed to Telegram. As you can see, I'm still using the wrapper for Telegram because Telegram script. I'm using a connect. Don't bother writing it down. I'm going to change this one after today. And then I'm going to set up my my title and everything else within a simple text box. I'm not saying it's HTML because Telegram is smart enough to recognize a URL. So I don't need to be specific. The codes here are just to make sure that I don't fuck up any HTML and SQL code, and that's it. And there's sending. And as you can see in the group, that's it. That's the only thing you have to do. All right. I've made you enthusiastic about the possibilities of Telegram, and I hope you're gonna do one. A bot. The Hackatrain group will be open for testing anything you want. The pinned message contains the most important documentation. There's a link to the repository with the example Hello World coders, the documentation we just ran through. And before you start, you should at least have a look at the information of the bot API, which Telegram has on its page. And this concludes my presentation. Well, go programming. Go.
Well, that was an amazing session. I hope you learned as much as I did about bots. Now we're going to be hosting some other workshops in 30 minutes with IBM and with Shell, and you're going to find all the details on Slack. Now IBM's going to be about how to make a prototype in short time pressure, and Shell's about design thinking. So really looking forward to seeing you in the next workshops.